Coming up on Good Morning Biola, students gather for this year's Mission Conference.
Mock Rock is making its way back onto campus.
And reporter Tarek Gillenberg takes us to the Meet the Neighbor event. All this and more coming up on Good Morning Biola.
Welcome back to episode 2 of season 11, Good Morning Biola. I'm Taylor Lopez.
I'm Anna Roth.
And I'm Hannah Melgoza.
And today we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, from the Oscars to the LA Marathon and a lot in between. But we want to specifically note the rise of Gen Z moving more into vinyl when it comes to listening to music. So our Professor Stu Olson actually allowed us to see some of his vinyl from the early 60s and 70s. Some are in pristine condition, only played a few times. And we're actually going to have, later in the episode, reporter Brandon talking a little bit more about how Gen Z is moving toward vinyl.
Well, we have that coming up, and here's some news.
Biola's annual Mission Conference brought students together for a 3-day experience centered on faith, identity, and global impact, hosted by the Student Missionary Union. This year marks the 96th conference, known as the largest student-led mission conference in the world. The 2026 theme, Children of Light, encouraged students to understand their identity in Christ. First, in how that identity shapes the way that they live out the Great Commission through speakers, worship, and breakout sessions. Like the Missionary Organization Fair Global Experiences, students were able to engage with cultures, hear global perspectives, and explore how their calling can impact the world.
Biola students took a much-needed break from campus life and headed to the mountains for a weekend of community and worship. The student-led ministry invited Biolans to the mountains for a weekend focused on connection, community, and Christ. Students stayed in cabins while spending time in God's beautiful creation, building friendships, sharing meals, and gathering for worship, prayer, and teaching. From hikes through the forest to late-night conversations and worship sessions, the retreat created space for students to rest, reflect, and grow in their faith. True to its purpose, Camp Love continues its mission of raising student leaders and equipping them for ministry both on campus and beyond. The retreat may be over, but the community built and the spiritual impact are expected to last well beyond the semester.
Biola's annual Pulcrum Conference took place this past March 14th, displaying Christian art and making clear their mission of art and faith as one. Beauty is the language of eternity, is what is written on their website. Creativity and truth are sold as one at the Pulcrum Conference. This year's theme was art in the apocalypse. That is, not the end of all things, but the unveiling of all things. The conference helped display original paintings, magazines, and even woodwork, all resonating with the theme. Pulcrum Inc. goes beyond just Biola. It is a nonprofit gathering community of creatives to pursue beauty and to cultivate it. They host a list of speakers that can attest to this beauty as reality in their experience and work. To learn more about who they are, visit their website at pulcrum.org.
So guys, we have a little bit of a new development on set. Today we have moving footage from Biola's campus, and the super cool thing about Biola's campus is that we're actually located on the border of Orange County and LA, so that gives really exciting opportunities to some of our students, and I know you guys had some really cool opportunities, so tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I went to the LA Marathon earlier this month on the 8th, I believe, and I was there to support some people, and it was so cool seeing everybody out there with their families and supporting all their friends, loved ones. But it was hot, and that was the only thing, but it was really cool. Like, all across LA they were going around, so
Did you bring like little signs and everything?
Yeah, I made like a couple big ones and then like little small ones too, so it was really cool. Yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome.
How about you?
I actually went to go see the Oscars, and I was invited to see the Oscars with Mark and Kelly afterwards. It was super fun just to get to talk to random people who are really interested in the film industry, some who are not. There's a bunch of just opportunities to be either like a seat filler where you can apply a line and just be able to witness these kind of events. But it was so fun just getting to talk. I loved seeing all the nominations and all of these nominees, seeing the outfits. It was super fun too.
So
but
cool.
come to LA and there's so many different opportunities like that.
Yeah, so speaking of Biola's location and the cool opportunities for students, we actually have Madison Tucker giving us the weather from the Getty Center.
Thank you guys. I'm here at the Getty Center in Los Angeles. It's a beautiful garden that we're in right now, and I highly recommend this free adventure. I went with one of my friends last weekend, and just the monorail up was worth the trip. Last week, the weather was incredible for the Getty. However, let's check out and see what the weather this week will look like for the Getty. Today, we actually had a really lovely day. It's going to be 56 in the morning, just a little brisk. Then we're going to transition into 76 in the afternoon, and then finally 55 this evening. Now in our national weather, we're having a bit of a cold front, as you can see, going on, coming up from Canada into the eastern and then also the Midwest as well. Now, where we're at in Southern California is a really nice 77 degrees right now. It's definitely the warmer part of the country to be in, which is really great if you're going to look at the beautiful spring gardens like the Getty. Now, let's take a look at the weekly forecast. So this week, it's actually going to be very, very chill, nice and cloudy throughout the week, as you can see. So looking at Tuesday, we have a high of 78 and then a low of 55. Then on Wednesday, we have a very nice high of 77. It actually stays pretty consistent into the rest of the week, with Thursday a high of 80. Friday is going to be our warmest day at 86, and then 79, 77, and finally 75 on Monday. So if you're wanting to check out the Getty, this is a great week to do it. Now, you may need your sun umbrellas, but that's okay, because the Getty has some that you can use. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Madison. We are in the heat of college basketball season right now with March Madness going on, so we have reporters Peter and Jackson telling us more about that. Peter?
Thank you, Hannah. Welcome to GMB Sports. I'm Peter Kuntz.
I'm Jackson Boyles.
The 2026 edition of March Madness is underway, with round one starting on Thursday, March 19th. The tournament wasted no time, providing its usual massive upsets and thrilling finishes, with big-name programs North Carolina, Wisconsin, and BYU going out early. Their tournament will wrap up on April 6th, with the final being played in Indianapolis. It's anyone's guess who will make it, let alone win, but millions make brackets every year, giving it their best guess. And our very own Jackson Boyles is here to give his opinion on what's going to happen and share how his bracket has gone thus far. So Jackson, it was a really exciting first week of the tournament. I know your Tar Heels went out early,
Yes.
But what were your overall thoughts on the first two rounds?
Overall, I felt like it was a lot of excitement, a lot of really close games, especially in the first four games. A lot of 2 5-point games, even some buzzer beaters. We saw St. John's win against Kansas in the second round.
Yeah.
Like you said, yes, as you can see, I'm repping the Carolina Blue. We lost in the first round to VCU. Not a good look on us, but hey, I think we can win it next year. So
Yeah. What are your thoughts on what's going to happen later on in the bracket?
I think Duke is going to lose to St. John's in the Sweet 16, and St. John's is going to win the national title. That's what I think. How about you?
I have Arizona going all the way, but yeah, I know I feel like anybody has a chance, but there's definitely a couple juggernauts. Arizona and Michigan especially have just been plastering people so far.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into this segment of GMB Sports. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, guys. Now we have reporter Paige Panfilio to tell us more about what's going on with Mock Rock.
Are you a fan of Dancing with the Stars, or perhaps enjoy when people randomly burst into song? Then you won't want to miss Mock Rock, Biola's infamous lip sync battle, which will be hosted on April 10th. Mock Rock, an infamous Biola tradition, is back this year and is looking to be quite a show. Changes within teams, such as the unfortunate disqualification of Hot Pockets and the addition of Reflex, have people wondering who will take home the prize and who will be left in last. Teams such as Bropoc, Men of Honor, Encore, and Heroes have been practicing for months now, putting in late nights and dedication to the performance. Secrets such as themes, dances, and songs are whispered around campus, and by the looks of it, this is shaping up to be quite a year for audiences.
Paige, I know we talked off camera, and you're a part of a Mock Rock group this semester, right?
Yes, I'm on Heroes, which has been so much fun.
Okay, so cool. Is it your first year doing it?
Yeah, so this is my first year doing Mock Rock. It's been such a fun experience. You get to know everyone so well, and it's it's like fun to like know your theme and no one else knows your theme. Yeah, it's been a great year. How about you? Are you on a team?
Yeah, I'm actually on Men of Honor. It's my second year doing it, so I'm really excited. This year definitely looks a little bit different than last year, so it's so cool to see like the shift in themes and people and just like team dynamic, but it's been so much fun, and yeah, been a huge blessing to be a part of it throughout my Biola experience. But yeah, speaking of on-campus things, our reporter Artera is going to take us to Meet the Neighbors.
Hi, my name is Ethel Gillenburg, and today we're at Biola University at Meet the Neighbor event.
What a wonderful opportunity hosted by GSE for global students to share their experience with culture, food, and music.
Hey everyone, my name's Christian. I'm hosting the English table today at Meet the Neighbors in the sub. We have beans on toast, which is a traditional British food, and British Earl Grey tea.
Come to Canada, get poutine.
Hi everyone, this is the Indian table, and we are having biryani, samosas, and some chai for you.
Hi, my name is Kisu Alison Bange. I'm Zambian South African, and my favorite thing about my culture is the food, the dancing.
On this beautiful Friday, we can see how Biola's vision of bringing together thoughts and new ideas of cultures and people is coming alive. Students are actually understanding who they are in the image of God.
This was wonderful. I was your reporter, Ethel Gillenburg, and back to you.
Wrapping up today, we have Brandon Coates, who's going to be joining us to take us through some vinyls, which has been such a fast-growing industry today.
Yes, it's true. Vinyl is the fastest growing physical format today. Vinyl has grown for 19th consecutive years, now more than 1 billion sales as of last year. Streaming generates higher overall revenue, but vinyl leads in terms of physical media. A lot of this has to do with younger consumers, Gen Z appreciating the collectability and artwork of the albums. I know I do. In fact, over 40% of buyers in the record stores are under 35 and didn't see this coming. But Taylor Swift is a major driver of vinyl resurgence. She has top vinyl sales positions for consecutive years.
So yeah, as you guys can see, we have quite a few vinyl here. We have Bob Dylan as well as some of the Beatles. A little fun fact about me is that when I was a kid, the song Hello Goodbye by the Beatles was actually banned in my household because I wouldn't stop singing it. So yeah, if you want to tell us a little bit about like your passion for vinyl or just like the Beatles in general, things like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so this is Magical Mystery Tour, and it's kind of a compilation album. I mean, it has, you know, Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, All You Need Is Love, so a lot of great songs on this. But on the inside, if you come up in here, you know, you have so much beautiful artwork. Look at that. Wow. You have Paul McCartney. You have some fans here. You have Ringo Starr. Just excellent stuff. Wow, look at this.
Yeah, I thought it was...
I think they were in India.
Really?
During this tour.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting what you were mentioning of just like how Gen Z is trying to go a lot more physical media. And I really appreciate that shift and you being able to come up here and be like a true testament to that. I also want to mention a little bit about Bob Dylan. I know you said you had quite an interest in Bob Dylan.
Yeah. For this album, Bringing It All Back Home, I know that it was produced by Tom Wilson. And something interesting about this, I know it's a collector's, but it was only for, what, $3? It's still in the original like packaging for it. And they have all of these amazing songs. It even has like a little discography about how like Bob Dylan, it's like showing it really accepts me for who it is. Don't exactly want to mess with this too much, but this album is like, it's honestly really speaks. It's like, what, from Colombia as well?
Yeah, and luckily, thanks to the courtesy of our professor, Sue Olson, we're able to bring in these collector's items of truly vintage vinyl, which is super cool to see nowadays.
The original artwork on there is just like a classic also. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, so awesome.
Well, thank you all for joining us for episode 2 of season 11, Good Morning Biola. I'm Taylor Lopez.
I'm Anna Roth.
And I'm Hannah Melgoza.
And you Eagles have a good week.